What's up, family? Man, today's March 7th as I'm making this video, and today would have been my late wife's 49th birthday. And I bring that up because it goes hand in hand with what we're talking about today. We're talking about moving forward. Moving forward. This is the third and final part of a three-part series that we've been talking about. The first part we talked about on Sunday, self-love. That's the name of the three-part series, but it was self-love. But we talked about shame and forgiving yourself. And then on yesterday, we talked about healthy boundaries. And today we're going to conclude the three-part series with, brain fart. We're going to conclude the three-part series with moving forward. Moving forward. And so talking about my late wife, so many of us, we take losses. Something happened in life and we don't understand it. We can't understand how this marriage fell apart. How this love just, turned into a fucking war. How we were so in love with each other and now we can't stand each other. I loved you so much and now I want to choke the fucking shit out of you. I loved you so much, but you've hurt me so bad and dogged me out and embarrassed me so fucking bad. I hate the fucking guts out of you. And so many of us, we've gone through things in life where everything was perfect, everything was great and loving and da-da-da-da, and then something happened and it fucked us up. Something happened, whether you cheated on that person or that person cheated on you, or whether or not you got pregnant or your spouse or your significant other got pregnant and you lost a child. Something happened to where, you lost your business partner cheated on you, dogged you the fuck out, stole the company from right up underneath you, stole your clientele, whatever the case may be. We've gone through some shit in life that's fucked us up. And we got stuck there. We started slamming dope, started drinking, started doing all kind of stupid ass shit, wilding out. Because we stopped caring. Because we were hurt so fucking bad. And was trying to ease the pain. So if I gotta drink myself to sleep, then so be it. If I gotta smoke and slam this dope, whatever the case may be, if this is what I gotta do to ease this fucking pain, then this is what I gotta do. Because we've been hurt so bad. And so many of us, we become so hateful to the other gender. We become so hateful to other people. There's so many women that hate the fuck out of guys. There's so many guys that don't trust the fuck out of women, don't trust women for shit. Because they've been hurt. Because they've been dogged the fuck out. Because they've been disappointed. Because they've been let down. Because they've had their heart broken. And we get stuck right there. We get stuck in that bitterness. We get stuck in that survival mode. We get stuck in that victim mentality. We get stuck in that hurt, in that betrayal, in that deceit. We get hurt. I've talked to so many women who loved and adored their spouse. And he cheated on them with a younger woman. And that fucked these women up. It fucked them up. And some of them, if the truth be told, they can't stand young, pretty bitches no more. These women ain't done nothing to them, but just because they pretty and they young, it's a reminder and a trigger to them of what their husband did to them. So there's a lot of women that can't stand fucking women. How do we move forward? See, you got to find a purpose. You have to find a reason to want to move forward. See, in 2016, the end of 2015, when my wife passed away, that was the first time. I was 45 years old. That was the first time that I found myself all alone. All alone. I've always had women around me. Always. When I was in high school, I was having women climb in my window, climb out my window. I was never alone. In 1990, my oldest child was born. And so I spent a lot of time as a single parent. Years, almost 9 years, 9 years as a single parent, raising her and her brother. I've always had women in and out of my life. Here, 2015, after my wife passed away, I'm alone. My oldest kids are grown and gone. My younger kids are with their mom in Georgia. I'm alone. I don't want no woman in my life. I'm alone. I'm confused. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. My heart was broke. My best friend was gone. My wife was gone. I didn't have any identity outside of my wife. I didn't have any identity outside of me raising my kids. And so when my kids were gone, it was me and my wife. When she was gone, it was just me. And I had nothing to focus on. I had nothing to pour my energy into. See, as long as my kids, man, I'm doing everything that I'm doing for my kids. Pouring all my love and my attention into my kids. But now they're gone. So all that energy is now going into my wife. And now she's gone. And I have nobody to pour that energy into. I have nothing to focus on. I have nothing to live for in my mind. How do you pick up the pieces? How do you move on after you've been hurt? After your spirit has been crushed? After you've received the ultimate betrayal? How do you gain trust again? How do you find hope in a dark world? When all you see around you is despair and brokenness and hopelessness, pain and suffering. How do you find hope there? Many people go to church. Many people get involved in religious groups looking for hope. I couldn't find hope in religion. I didn't find hope in religion. I didn't. I found a lot of judgmental people. I found a lot of self-righteousness. I found a lot of hypocrites faking the funk, acting like they shit didn't stink. Acting like they had life all figured out, knowing that they were really fucking hurt and betrayed and frustrated and confused just like I was. But they were jumping and shouting and talking all this stuff and quoting all these scriptures. But most of them that I met, that I was around, was really more hopeless than I was. Really more frustrated than I was. More depressed, more bitter than I was. They taught Jesus, but they had no hope. They taught Jesus, but they had no love. They taught Jesus, but they had no sense of purpose. They taught God, but they had no healing. They had no growth and development. So one of the things that God had to show me was, Elijah, you're looking for hope in all the wrong places. Elijah, stop looking for hope in other people. And so what many of us do, we'll jump in another relationship. Why? Because, I got to find somebody to take your place in. Oh, they do all this other stupid shit. Or we jump into something else. A lot of us, we get caught up in alcohol and drugs and pornography and all this other stupid stuff. And we never really move forward. We're stuck. And we don't even realize that we're stuck. We think we're moving forward because I jumped in another relationship. We think we're moving forward because we're working and we're still functioning and we're alcoholics and we're drug addicts and we're all this other crazy shit. But you haven't moved forward at all. You're trapped. Your body is moving. But emotionally, you're stuck right there. Your body's going to work. Your body's going to church. Your body's doing whatever you want to do. It's in another relationship. But emotionally, you're stuck where you got hurt at. You're stuck there. And emotionally, you never moved forward. I don't care what your physical body does. Emotionally, you've never moved forward. Example of this. My younger 3 kids. Me and their mom got married. 2000, I think it was, 1999. And moved her from Mississippi all the way out to California, Southern California. And we've been married for 5 years. And she moved out July 1st, 2004, right before my baby girl was born. And I couldn't understand why she left. I never understood why she left. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. She's got her own place. And I took on this mentality because I was in church at the time, doing all the right stuff and just everything, right? And I was so hurt, so mad. I took on this mentality, fuck these bitches. Love yourself. And I bought a titanium ring and I put it on my finger. It's like I'm married to myself. Fuck these bitches. Because I never did anything for her to want to leave the relationship. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. And so, a few months later, well, a lot later, maybe 5-6 months later, it was later than that because it was February of the next year. So it was 7-8 months later. My son, our baby son, is having a birthday party. No, excuse me, I'm backtracking. It was December because it was a Christmas party. My little son had a Christmas party at the school, and he was going to sing in the choir in like kindergarten. And so I showed up for that. And I see my son up there singing. Well, he's walking up there with the class. And I see my little baby son run up to me. And I see his mom. And I see this other dude sitting next to her. And so she gets up and walks over to me. And she's carrying the baby, my baby girl. And so she's talking to me. And I said, "Who's that?" And she said, "Oh, that's Raymond." And that was her daughter's dad. Raymond was from Mississippi. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so all I could do was start smiling to myself, you know what I mean? Because the first thing went through my mind was, should I kick this motherfucker in his throat? Should I beat his fucking ass? You know what I mean? And it's like, why? She chose this. This is the life she chose. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. The whole time we were together, all she did was talk about how he cheated on her and dogged her out. All she talked about was how he physically beat her and hurt her and all this crazy shit that she went through with this guy. And then she get in this relationship with me, this loving relationship. She moves from Mississippi all the way out to LA. But her emotional state, her emotional being was still in Mississippi with this guy. I had her body. We had 3 kids. But her emotional state, her emotional being never moved. Her emotional being was still in Mississippi with this guy who dogged her the fuck out. So much so that after the relationship ended, she went and got him and brought him out to California. And so my mind is thinking, man, she had to be thinking about him the whole time. The whole time we was together, her mind had to be with him. Her mind had to be on him. And now God is showing me it makes sense. Nothing I ever did was good enough. Stay with me, we're talking about moving forward. Nothing I ever did in a relationship with her or for her was ever good enough. And I was so frustrated because it's like, damn, she's never satisfied. Damn, I can never make her fucking happy. And what God had to show me, Elijah, it's not about you. She was stuck on this other guy. Everything you did, she loved it, she enjoyed it. She just wished it was him. She's just frustrated and mad that everything that you're doing, everything you've done, she can't understand why he couldn't do. Why he couldn't treat her the way you treat her. Why he couldn't appreciate her and value her and respect her and love her the way you do. Why he wouldn't spoil her the way you do. And so when God showed me that, it was like, this weight was lifted off me. I stopped hating her. stop hating her. I understood. She was stuck. And the truth is, many of you, you're stuck. Many of you, you got people in your life that love you, that adore you, that worship you. But you can't see them for who they are because you're stuck on some tramp that fucked you over. You're stuck on this knucklehead that dogged you the fuck out. And so you got this good guy in your life trying to show you how much he adores you, trying to show you that you're this great queen and but you can't see it. You see him as being weak and a sap and a simp and a da-da-da-da because he ain't thugged out like this other motherfucker that was choking the shit out you. He ain't thugged out. He ain't hood like this motherfucker that was slapping the shit out you, that was grabbing your hair and throwing you to the fucking ground. That was hitting you in your fucking eye. So many of us were fucking stuck. And we can't appreciate what we have. We can't see the value of what we have because we're stuck emotionally somewhere else with someone else. A young lady asked me and talk about soul ties. I've made several videos about soul ties, and this is a great segment into that video for tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll talk about soul ties. Today we're talking about moving forward. And so we're stuck with these people. We're stuck with this loss. Emotionally, our energy is attached to the loss of this relationship, attached to the loss of this business, this car, the house, whatever it is. We're stuck there. And we don't know how to let it go. We don't even realize we're stuck. And you'll never reach your full potential being stuck. You'll never have the great accomplishments of this relationship that you're in being stuck with somebody else emotionally. You're giving them your body, sex, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're going to work, you're buying them stuff. But emotionally, you're not there. You're somewhere else. How do we move forward? It's an old story that I've heard. This little boy, man, so smart, lived in this little town in Japan. So brilliant. He traveled all around this little town, his little community. He saw all that the community had to offer. He was a great adventurer. And after time, he grew frustrated because the community was too small for him. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. He did everything that he could do in this community. He's bored. He wants to go further. He wants to see the world. He wants to appreciate and see and discover everything outside of this community because he's tired of this community. There's nothing else for him to learn. There's nothing left for him to do here. And so he hears about this great teacher, this Zen teacher, sitting up on top of this mountain. And so he gets permission from his parents and he goes up to the top, to the temple. And he sits there with his master. And the master asks him, "What can I help you? What's troubling you, young man?" And the boy pours out his heart and his soul to this master, how frustrated he is. He's outgrown everybody in his community. He knows more than his parents, and he wants to go beyond where his parents are at, beyond where his siblings are at, beyond where his community and his family and his tribe is at, and he's stuck. He's stuck. And the master looks at him and nods. That says, I understand. And the master says, here, drink some tea. The best tea in the world. You'll never have greater tasting tea. And the boy smiles. He starts drinking it. He's looking at the master and looking at the tea. And he's frustrated. It's like, this tastes like every other tea I've had. There's nothing nice about this tea. There's nothing great about this tea. This is just normal tea. And the master looks at the young boy and says, yes, it's just tea. It's not about the tea, young man. It's about the experience. It's about living in the present moment so that you can enjoy this tea. It's not about the next great adventure, the next great accomplishment, the next best thing. As long as you're focused on the next best thing, you're going to always stay frustrated. You're always going to stay unfulfilled. You're always going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stuck. And you're never going to learn how to appreciate the moment. So many people are trying to get to heaven. So many people are fixated on going to heaven that they can't even enjoy their life. So stuck on, I got to get to heaven. Heaven's my goal. And they're missing the purpose. They're missing their journey. They're missing the beauty of life. And they completely miss the fact that God created this beautiful, perfect world. So many wonderful things to enjoy and to see. And we're dismissing it all and minimizing it all, trying to get to heaven. We can't even see what's in front of us. We can't appreciate and value what we have today. Where I'm at today. Because we're fixated on something else. And you never learn how to live in the moment. In the now. Yes, it's great to have goals. It's great to have a plan. But don't allow that to take you out of now. Don't allow that to destroy your today. What has that got to do with being stuck? See, emotionally, we're stuck in the past. You're stuck in the past. Or you're stuck in the future. When I get my king, when I get my queen, when I get that job, when I get that car, when I get that house, when I get that business, when I get that deal, when I get to heaven, win. It's always win. It's always down the road. It's always in the future. You're fixated on the future. You're stuck on the future. Or you're stuck in the past. because you've never learned how to let it go and live in the present. You never learned how to be grateful and enjoy the life that you have. How can I be grateful when this motherfucker dogged me out and cheated on me and they did that? Everybody didn't survive their fucking relationship. Everybody didn't survive that toxic ass fucking relationship. You survived yours. My mama was murdered trying to get out of her toxic ass fucking relationship with my daddy. You got out of yours and you're still frustrated, still mad, still pissed, because you never learned the spirit of gratitude. Yes, I understand it hurts and it's painful that this motherfucker did, but the spirit of gratitude says, man, God, whew, that was a doozy. That was a doozy. That one fucked me up. But I survived it. I'm so grateful that I survived that. I'm so grateful that I lived through that. Everybody can't say that. There's a lot of people who had deals going wrong with their partner, and their partner had them killed. There's a lot of people who've gone through situations and, man, somebody did something to them. They're missing in action. Women all over the world are missing, and nobody knows what's happened to them. Guys have gone missing, and nobody knows what happened to them. And here it is, you are. You're mad at your ex. You're mad at your baby mama. You're mad at your baby daddy. That motherfucker ain't shit with you. You're mad and you're fixated on him. So much so, you can't even enjoy your life. You can't even appreciate and enjoy the opportunities around you. You can't even see the lesson of why you've gone through that. How do we pick up the pieces? How do we move forward? How do we get unstuck? From the future or from the past? You get unstuck by coming into the present. By coming into the present. And the present, man, I've made a bunch of mistakes in the past. I've done a bunch of stupid shit and I just can't let it go because I'm a fuck up and I'm a failure and I'm stupid and we got all this shit. I don't know why I got with them. They told me not to. We let the shit go. Learn to move into the present. How do I move into the present? Woosah. Exhale. God, here I am. God, I don't know why I went through all that I went through. God, help me understand the purpose for all the pain, the purpose for the losses, the purpose of why all those things happened in my life. Help me understand that. Help me grow through that. God, help me learn how to be present right here, right now. Help me learn not to dwell on that stuff. How do I live in the present? I'm grateful that I'm alive today. I'm grateful for whatever I have today. If I have the ability to catch the bus, catch the train, get an Uber, whatever, because I don't have a car, man, I'm grateful that I have the money or the means to be able to get on this bus, to be able to get on the train. I'm grateful that I have a friend that'll give me a ride to work or to school. I'm grateful that I can walk, that I have the activity of my limbs, that I'm not stuck in a hospital somewhere with cancer, that I'm not stuck in a hospital somewhere paralyzed. There's a whole lot of reasons to be grateful. There's a whole lot of reasons to be, man, thank you, God. And to be humbled. I may not have the king I want. I may not have the queen that I want. But I'm grateful that I don't have the demon that I had. I'm grateful that I don't have the devil that I used to have. I'm grateful that I'm not stuck in that relationship anymore. I'm grateful that I'm not with somebody that I thought had my back. Somebody that I would have gave my all to, and the whole time they were out there betraying me. The whole time they had me looking like an idiot, like a fool, like a clown, because they were playing me the whole time. Man, I'm glad I'm not with somebody like that anymore. Man, I'm glad I'm not in that narcissistic relationship with that narcissist. I'm glad I'm not with somebody that's constantly tearing me down and telling me that I ain't shit and making me feel bad, making me feel less than. What can you say about your life right here, right now, that you can give gratitude for? That's the key to moving forward. Gratitude. And a lot of us, we don't want to be, what the fuck I got to be grateful for? Man, I'm about to lose my car. I'm about to lose my job. I'm about to lose my house. And all that. You're not locked up in fucking prison. You're not dying from an incurable disease. You're not somewhere in a hospital bedridden because you're paralyzed from your neck down. You're not being held captive or kidnapped and being tortured. You're not up under the bus somewhere living under the bridge, dumpster diving. There's a whole lot of fucking reasons for you to be grateful today. There's a whole lot of reasons for you to just, man, God, I'm glad I'm not spun out on dope anymore. Man, God, I'm glad I didn't lose my mind. Man, I'm glad that I'm not in an insane asylum. A lot of times I thought I was going insane. A lot of times I thought I was losing my mind. I'm glad that I'm free. I'm free. I'm grateful. I'm great. It don't matter how many times you've been married. It don't matter how many baby daddies, baby mamas you have. Man, I'm free. I have the opportunity to learn the lessons and move forward with my life and make better choices, make better decisions. There's a lot of people that are learning the lessons but they'll never be free again. There's a lot of people in prison that'll never get out. You have a lot of reasons to be grateful. You have a lot of reasons to learn to live in the presence of now. Don't allow your arrogance and your ignorance to keep you stuck in the past or stuck in the future. That's arrogance and ignorance. That's shame and hurt and ignorance that keeps you stuck in the past. We have to grow up. It's a hard lesson. It's hard learning how to let go. It's hard learning how to live in the moment. Yes, there are things I want to accomplish, but I'm enjoying the ride. Yes, I want to get to Disneyland, but I'm enjoying the ride right here, right now. Yes, I want to go here, but I'm enjoying the ride. I'm living in the moment. And then when I get to Disneyland, when I get to Bali, when I get to wherever I want to go, man, then I'll be there in the present. I'll be grateful in that presence. But until I get there, I'm going to be present here. Here. That's how you learn to let go of the past. That's how you learn to pick up the pieces. That's how you learn how to move forward. I've lost a lot. I've lost a lot. But the trip is because I learned how to live in the present. All that I've lost, I've been blessed with more because I continued on the journey. I didn't get stuck. I didn't get trapped and stuck in the past. I let the loss of my wife go. Yes, I think about her from time to time. Like I said, today's her birthday. But has she not left, I wouldn't have the beautiful queen that I have today. Yes, you're going to remember things from your past. Gratitude. 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 What was the lesson? I'm grateful that I've gone through that. It taught me so much. It taught me to be better with my decision making. It taught me to stop being so impatient. It taught me to do my due diligence. What are the lessons from what you've gone through? You have to learn the lessons. And see, the thing with my wife passing away, I learned that I was codependent. From my wife passing away, I learned that I had abandonment issues. That's why I had never been alone. Man, hope and pray that I've said something that's encouraged you, that's lifted you up, that's inspired you, that's helped you understand. Man, We have to let the past go. We have to let the future go. So many of us, we live in fear of the past and the future. Man, is World War III coming? Man, is a great tsunami coming? Man, is there going to be a major earthquake in California? Man, we have all these things. What if there's a starvation? What if there's, a lack of food? Man, we have all these things. Is the dollar going to collapse? Is the economy going to collapse? Well, we have all this crap that we can be fixated on and stuck on. What if? I don't want to go through that again. The truth is you've always gone through that, and you're still going through that because you've never let it go. You've never let it go. So you have to learn how to let that stuff go. Both things are out of your control. You can't change the past. In the future, it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Learn to live in the present. The present. Where are you at today? Can you be grateful for where you're at? Can you be proud of where you're at? Can you enjoy where you're at? And what you have. I love you guys. Happy Ellen. Peace.